Hello everyone, welcome to Christopher's Entertainment Blog. I am your host Chris. Welcome to my video for the second half of Season 1 of The Flash. This is episode 10 entitled Revenge of the Rogues. Guys, holiday's over. It wasn't too bad. It was only like 4 weeks or something, so that wasn't too terribly bad. A lot of shows get a lot longer hiatuses. This was actually quite fast. 4 weeks is not that bad. Revenge of the Rogues. So this episode picks up right where the last one left off, right before the break, where Barry's trying to get faster. He knows the man in the yellow suit's out there. The Reverse Flash is out there. He's faster. I like that they keep showing him trying to get faster and faster and faster, even though he's gone really fast quite a few times, walking on water, walking up buildings. He did the punch, the sonic punch or whatever. I mean, he can go fast. I mean, but he needs to be able to go so fast that he goes faster than time itself. When he does that, then he's going to be able to do what he needs to do. But I like the scene, the first scene with the drone or whatever, and he gets so frustrated, he just throws the missile back at the drone, blows the drone up, and you see Dr. Wells. He almost stood up. So, don't trust that guy. I mean, you've seen in the last episode before the break. He's got the yellow suit in his secret lab, in that secret wall. So that man's up to something. He's up to something. Don't trust him one bit. But yeah, guys, this was a very good episode. I liked it. It wasn't the greatest so far this season, but it was very good, and I liked it. Revenge of the Rogues. So Leonard Snart and his partner in crime, Mick Rory, are back. We finally get to see Mick Rory. Well, Leonard Snart's back, but we finally get to see Mick Rory. And, we're at the last time we seen Captain Cold. He was giving out that fire gun or whatever to his partner in crime, Mick Rory. And we get to see these two with the cold and the heat. And very cool. These two are very cool characters. I really do like them. We see that Snart is very obsessed with killing the Flash. I mean, he wants to get rid of him. So he's doing all these terrible schemes to try to lure him out. And they end up stealing this $25 million painting or whatever, which was ridiculous. And then Mick Rory ends up lighting it on fire. I'm like, well, can't you just put that to the side a little bit? Just put it back to the side. Maybe, get that money or something. I don't know. But yeah, guys, we see that we find out that in this episode that Cisco, they find out that if you cross the streams, that'll basically cancel each other out, and that's how you can defeat both of them because they're kind of unstoppable with those weapons. And then we see Barry trying to stop them, and no matter how fast he can get, it's just it's just not good enough. And then in the end, he ends up using that shield. I like that Cisco made that shield, for the police or whatever. That helped out a lot, because it blocked. We see Eddie Thawne blocking the Flash. He helped him out. He was ready to those guys were ready to eliminate the Flash, and he helped out. So he's on board now too, Eddie Thawne. We see that he finally gets them to cross the streams, and then they end up blowing up. I don't really think they would blow up like that, but I mean they did, and we think that they're done, they're captured, but they're not captured. In the end, they get broken out by the sister of Leonard Snart. Leonard Snart's sister is the Golden Glider. The Golden Glider, and that her name is Lisa Snart. And she's one of these rogues. I think, Captain Cold is the leader in the comics of these rogues, which is these supervillains or whatever. And there's a lot of them that we've already seen. So it should be cool how they will lead up. I think they're gearing up to actually have this this group to come against the Flash. We got Captain Cold. We've already seen Weather Wizard. Captain Boomerang is another part of the group, and we've seen him in the crossover a little bit and on Arrow, so he'll be part of that. Heat Wave, we know him. Golden Glider is also a part of it. There's a few that we haven't seen yet. Like the Trickster. They talked about the Trickster, that Mark Hamill might be reprising his role as the Trickster, like he was in the original Flash back in the '90s. So he might be coming back. So that's cool. The Pied Piper. I think there's been talk of the Pied Piper as well. I think we're going to get a lot of these rogues coming in, and then they're going to have like this big, huge battle with the Flash, and it should be cool. So they still have that to go down that route. They're gearing up for that. So there's a lot of cool stuff to come with that. Unlike a lot of the characters, um, uh, you know, the, Captain Cold he's sticking around. I mean, the other characters are kind of like one and done. Weather Wizard is one of them. I mean, I don't know if he can somehow come back. I mean, after the first episode, didn't he he like exploded or something? I can't remember. It should be interesting to see how they go down with the rogues or whatever, and have like this ultimate fighting like group of bad guy villains to face the Flash. And also we have the Reverse Flash to deal with too. I mean, who that is? I mean, is it Dr. Wells? Is it going to be Eddie Thrawn? We still see this drama going around with Iris, and it was like very awkward moments that they had in this episode. Very awkward. It's like, well, I'm so glad that we're still friends. Yeah, it's kind of awkward. And helping her move out, and yeah. But in the end, I do believe they will get together. Iris and Barry Allen, they will get together, and I believe Eddie Thawne will become jealous. I mean, he will be jealous, and there will be this like anger issue with Eddie Thawne. Right now, you don't see it. I mean, he doesn't seem like a bad guy. But eventually, something will happen that will turn everything around and make him obsessed with the Flash and Barry Allen and that whole thing, because he knows about the metahumans. He knows about the Flash. You don't know who the Flash is, but I think that something will happen there, and wait and see. But we will see that this season. We will see that this season things will start to change. Iris and Barry will get together. I believe this season. I do. Something will happen, and something will go crazy with Eddie, and I can't wait. So. We still got Dr. Wells. I mean, we don't know what his agenda is, good or bad, but I don't trust him. He's got too many secrets. Yeah, I mean, we also have, now putting that stuff to the side, we still have the stuff with Caitlin trying to find out what happened to Ronnie Raymond, her fiance. She's tracking stuff down. She finds out about Firestorm, stands for, I don't know what it stands for. It was so much. I mean, you guys put it down in the comments because I can't remember exactly what it stood for. It was like mutation, something to do with mutations. She tracks this guy down who was doing these studies and working with this professor, and that was Martin Stein, Professor Martin Stein. And we know in the comic books that Martin Stein is kind of like the subconscious or whatever in Firestorm. And I don't know how they're going to deal with this, because Ronnie Raymond was in the particle accelerator when it exploded or whatever. Where was Martin Stein? I mean, they're supposed to be in like the same area or whatever. So the consciousness of Martin Stein goes into Ronnie Raymond. I don't know how they're going to do that. I'm sure maybe the CW is going to spin it somehow. I don't know, and change it up. But it should be fascinating how they do that. I can't wait for that. So that's going to be interesting. Very cool, very interesting stuff. A lot of stuff going on. We got the Reverse Flash. We got the Rogues coming on. All these Rogues. We have the stuff with Firestorm, that stuff. So a lot of cool stuff to deal with. Yeah, guys, very cool episode. I enjoyed it. I know there's probably something I'm missing, but. Yeah. Oh, well, also at the end, I want to touch on, at the end, they get the freeze gun and the fire weapon. Instead of just smashing it, they just like store. I don't know what they did with it. They should have just smashed them. But how are they going to get those guns back? That's the question. I think there was a scene where Mick Rory says, well, it was a good thing you had me, look over this weapon, and now I know what it's all about. I know how to repair it. So I think they're just going to make their own now. I mean, they have the blueprints. I think they went over each weapon with a fine-tooth comb, and I think now they're going to be able to just put it together. Just put the thing back together, and they probably got a blueprint somewhere of it now, and they're just gonna make their own. So that's what I think. Or they could break into the facility and steal them again. That's a possibility. But yeah, it should be cool. It should be cool how they go down, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see this resolve of the Rogues. Of the Reverse Flash is a very cool side thing going on right now. That's the big picture. That's the real big picture is Reverse Flash, and I can't wait to see what happens with that. But that's going to be it for me, guys. Please write in the comments anything I might have missed or anything you want to comment on. Please like and subscribe. I do appreciate the support, and everyone that has subbed, I do appreciate it. Thanks a lot, guys. But that's going to be it for me, guys. I'll see you next week. I am Chris for Christopher's Entertainment Blog. Thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy.